Shalom, this is Mary Omni from the World Government House of King David, Holy Covenant Constitutional Enforcer. This is a Republic Notice. The title to this Republic Notice is called The Secret to Unplugging from the Patrix. The Secret to Unplugging from the Patrix by Mary Omni. Now, this is kind of a counterpoint to another video I saw called The Secret to Unplugging from the Matrix by Laura Eisenhower. And I want to say that I'm trying to tone it down in this video because part of the understanding of what we call the angry and the loud black woman and the raised voice black woman is that black woman who is alert. And so I don't really see it as a problem saying that black women are alert. They're the most alert in this country because they've been on the front line since 1526 dealing with these demons up close and personal. She even had to deal with the demons in those she gave birth to. So I mean, yeah, she is considered somewhat loud and a little bit boisterous because she's alert. She's alert. I mean, you may think she's asleep, but she's alert. Okay. Now, so if my voice offends you, don't take it personally. Okay? Don't take it personally. It's a sign of alertness. It's a sign of knowing that we are in spiritual warfare. And it's registered in my DNA because I have the DNA of the woman who's been on the front line since 1526 in this country alone. Now, I go further back. You might even find me on Mars with dreadlocks from 1 billion years ago. So, but anyway, now, the secret to unplugging from the Patrix as the counter to the secret to unplugging from the Matrix is just this. When we listen to language, language can teach us a lot, even if we speak one language like English, okay? We say that when a man and a woman gets married, their hearts and soul become one, and they come together as one being of one flesh, they are in the servitude of God, and that means they are in holy matrimony. Holy matrimony, okay? There's no such thing called holy patrimony. There's no such thing called holy patrimony, okay? That means a man raises himself when he comes into holy matrimony. He becomes a spiritual cosmic being. He becomes a being that becomes God-centered. And it's called holy matrimony. And it's matri, M-A-T-R-I, matrimony, okay? Now, when we say how to unplug, the secret to unplugging from the Matrix, we are mimicking Hollywood version of things. And see, some of these people who say unplugging from the Matrix, and it's not only one, it's many who talk revelatory, new age, new earth, new love, new light, new cosmic being, new cosmic purpose, new parallel realities, new thinking, new conscious level, new atomic energy. See, they talk all this, but yet they still grabbed by Hollywood movie called The Matrix. Hollywood still got them in a Patrix, still convincing them that the Matrix got them trapped instead of the Patrix, okay? Hollywood convincing them that it's the Matrix that they trapped in instead of the Patrix. Now, we already said when a man raises himself, it's called holy matrimony, okay? He's being plugged into the Matrix, okay? So now Hollywood is telling you the Matrix is a trap, and so when we say we're going to show you the secret to unplugging from the Matrix, aren't we in essence saying we're going to show the secret to unplugging from the holiness just because Hollywood called the Matrix some kind of, secret code and trap and control of the brain and your dimensional thinking and your power of thought and concepts of reality? Now, so, here go Hollywood's again in the strong, grand delusion, reinforcing the strong delusion that's in 2 Thessalonians 2:11. Where God said he's going to send you a strong delusion because you love the lies, you don't like truth. And the truth is, we are told we're going into holy matrimony, but yet now somehow we want to say we're going to unplug from the matrix. We're going to give the secrets to unplugging from the matrix, while in the same breath saying that you want to be part of Mother Earth consciousness raising. So you cannot say you're going to unplug from the matrix, and then in the same almost sentence, a couple of sentences later, say you want to be part of Gaia or the Mother Earth frequency rising and liberation. See, because if you think she's your enemy that you have to unplug from, then you're starting off with a conflict right there. And part of this conflict comes from you still buying the Hollywood version of the parallel realities, dimensional tracks of mind control. And you're overlooking what's in front of your eyes. And what's in front of your eyes is that the men have created a system for control of the world called PIS, which is Patriarchal Indoctrination Subjugation Syndrome, where they subjugate women, subjugate minorities, subjugate everything, using religion like the Catholic Church, using structured religion, with a man in his collar. He's called father, while the females is called sister. They never called mother, but he called father. So he has this paternal Patrix, his Patrix of control over even those to this day in 2013 that still will follow this man in a collar, calling himself Catholic Church leaders, who now everyone knows has run a pedophile cult based on that Patrix, that father, that PIS identity, patriarchal indoctrination, subjugation, control, using anything to do with religion, presidency, senatorialships, politics, the television media propaganda to make it look like the matriarch is the trap of the mind control, because they don't want you to be free, because the matri is the true liberation, and the patri is what you really got to unplug from, because that's the world programming. And the world is the enemy of the Holy Kingdom, in which the matri is the nurturing mother of protectionism, not control. Now, we know we have all these forces. We know we have chemtrails, my God, the nicotine to the honeybees, and destroying acres, and the honey bee farmers are going crazy. I'm going to make a video on that too. They have transhumanism, where they're trying to create these super soldiers and machines in one with willful evil, a spirit of determinism to destroy people and the planet. Satan has gone in his Patrix vault, and he has pulled everything to fight the woman seed of Genesis 3:15, the matri-holy solution. The matri-holy solution. The matriarch of the Holy Trinity solution. The matri, the X factor, the X that is the double X of the higher power of womanity, of God womanity. God womanity is the balance for the Patrix. So they're going to use Hollywood to tell you to fight the matrix. And what we have, people saying how to unplug from the matrix. They fell right into the trap. They fell right into the trap based on the movie, which means someone overrode their critical thinking circuitry wire. Okay? And so now they running around and they're telling people, and they're very intelligent. And I'm not blaming them, because, this can happen to anyone, where you can have your circuitry overrode by the propaganda of Hollywood, because it has the power of a nuclear explosion. So we have people running around saying the secret to unplug it from the matrix, when that's really what they have to plug in to override the Patrix. See, because Hollywood also told you, silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. Okay? Now, what did they mean when they say silly rabbit, tricks are for kids? That means they're going to have you hopping around like a rabbit, going following tricks that they propagandize in Hollywood to make sure you stay under control. Because to them, you're their children and their experiment. Because they're going to take what the Most High has designed, and they're going to try to absorb every wire in the brain and leave no space for critical thinking. So therefore, you'll be no more than a rabbit to them. And they can tell you how to think about the tricks. And they can do all kinds of try X's on you. So that you don't know the difference between a matrix and a patrix. You don't know that this world has been controlled by piss or patriarchal domination, and it has been the visible and obvious destruction. Yet they'll tell you that you should unplug from the matrix because they're going to make it look like the matrix is the trap, controlling your mind and your thinking and keeping you from higher levels of consciousness. And see, this is why you have to understand that, the power of first, the propaganda of television and how Hollywood have served Satan dutifully. Hollywood is the biggest satanic father sucker that has been in America. Hollywood is Satan's first line soldier. Hollywood is Satan's first line father sucker. Hollywood is Satan's first line trapper of the minds. Okay? See, when you watch movies, if you watch them in a relaxed state, then they're going to override your wire critical thinking. See, they're going to override your wire critical thinking. You're going to have to look at that title, and whatever movie you watch, you're going to have to look at the title, and you're going to have to first, for you not to be overrode, you're going to have to question the title. If you don't question that title, you're going to go into a relaxed state, and then they're going to zap into your wire of your critical thinking. So the first step is questioning the title of any movie. And then that way, that wire is alert. And so then in your brain, you sound like a loud black woman with a wire being awake. Because we are the daughters, and I am the mother of the New Jerusalem. Jerusalem, if you say that the J was not there, then it will be Y-er. For J-E-R, it will be Y-er of USA, limb, moon, lunar, light, the wire, the awakened. See, she's awakened in a wire that the black woman don't even know she's awakened in, because the Most High put this in her because she's the woman seed. So she sounds loud and she sounds boisterous, and she don't talk all soft like this, like, oh, could you understand what I'm saying to you? Because no, she don't talk like that. She talks like me. She talks like a wire, a light that's awakened. Whether it comes off hostile to you or whether you are offended by it, you better understand one thing. She's the woman seed of Genesis 3:15, and she's awake. And she's the one that Hollywood movie Matrix is telling you to unplug from. Because see, like I said, that's Satan's first line. He grabs your brain, and then you're done, because most of that is done, okay? So now, another thing in grabbing the brain, if you don't have the heart brain and the soul brain intact, that is the tri. See, the tri supplied us with 3 brains. One where you can see visibly if you are a brain surgeon, and then the other 2 is spiritual, invisible, hidden brains of the soul and heart, okay? So therefore, if your heart is dirty and full of hate energy, you won't be able to access that brain. If you're fighting your soul, you won't be able to access that brain. And so when we see Patrix and we want to know how to plug them, and I'm telling you, the black man has really, some of them, I don't want to say all of them, have been caught up into this Patrix. You'll hear them saying stuff like Ku Klux Klan would say to black women, like, yeah, bed wench and aunt your mama. Oh, they plugged right into the Patrix. They plugged right into that piss and that Patrix. They done resorted to calling their women, as soon as they lose an argument, they call them aunt your mamas, bed wenches. I mean, they're just the same as somebody 300 to 400 years ago trying to control a black woman, trying to control that wire and light. See, they clued right into that Patrix. So what they're doing, in essence, is bragging about their failure to protect their other half. You know, and they bragging about, that's why I didn't protect you, and you was a bed wench and you was called the aunt your mama. See, I'm joining in the war against you and the Patrix. So I'm right with them. I see you as they see you, because I'm part of that Patrix, see? And see, I'm away from you because I'm not in holy matrimony with you. You know, I'm married to you constitutionally, but I'm not plugged into you because I'm not in that holiness state. So I'm part of that Patrix. So I'm visible to the world that's coming against you and dirtying your character up all on the internet and everything. And not knowing really that I'm dirtying myself up since I came out of you, because I'm so into the plugged into the Patrix and I don't know how to get out of it, because I don't know that I'm in a ribbless state, and I don't know that if I'm in a ribbless state, then I'm an incomplete man, and that means my thinking is an imbalance, and I'm subject to act just like my oppressor. Just like my oppressor. I'm just a replica of him if I'm not plugged into the holy matrix. That means having good spiritual sexuality with someone of your like kind. Okay? Holy matrimony. This is Mary Omni from the House of King David. Shalom.
This is Mary Omni from the House of King David. Shalom.